opportunity of European football after this thoroughly deserved one.
And it is a victory. They've gone 6th in the Premier League table, and they've been far too good today for Tottenham Hotspur. 4-0 the scoreline, 2 for Isak, who was clinical on both occasions. Anthony Gordon scored a goal as well, and so did Fabian Schär with a thumping header from a corner. They had so many corners today, and Tottenham never really dealt with them. Mickey van der Ven had a day to forget, slipping over twice, and then being shown a clean pair of heels by Isak, who timed his run perfectly from inside his own half. Big win for Newcastle, big setback for Tottenham. But you've got to give all the credit to the home team today, Ali, the way they went about it.
Everything, Fletch, everything today is all about Newcastle. Brilliant performance. You mentioned the injury they've got. Eddie Howe must be absolutely thrilled with that level of performance he got from his team. Certainly in the attacking areas, the front three you mentioned, first time they played together, boy, did they look a threat. Equally, defensively, really solid. They're starting off with a 3, dropping into a 5 when they didn't have the ball. Fabian Schär was out of this world. Spurs, on the other hand, and you'll be absolutely so disappointed with that level of performance, but as you correctly say, they have got some big games coming up, and if they want to harbour any thoughts of top 4 football, they need to get that right out of their system.
The consequences of today, Tottenham have dropped out of the top 4. Aston Villa now in 4th place, a Champions League spot on goals scored. But Newcastle United have gone above West Ham and Manchester United. Perfect day in the northeast sunshine. It's finished. Newcastle 4, Tottenham 0.
Yes, thank you very much to Darren and to Ali. A great afternoon for the Magpies here. The 2 in winning consecutive Premier League games for the first time since December. They move above West Ham and Manchester United into 6th place on 50 points. That's 1 more than the Red Devils with 6 games left to play. Spurs slipping up today, dropping down to 5th place, Aston Villa up to 4th, and the Tottenham fans will be hoping their North London rivals can do them a favour when Arsenal take on Villa tomorrow. Rio Ferdinand and Peter Crouch watching with me, and Rio, there would have been a lot of people who would have thought this game would be a lot closer today. What did Newcastle get so right?
Yeah, we thought we'd be goals, but we thought it'd be goals from both teams today. A clean sheet for Newcastle at home against a Spurs team pushing for Champions League football. What a result. But I think that man in the picture there, Gordon, again, one of the players that sets a tone here. Whenever we've been in a big performance, it's about closing people down, being the intensity, aggression on the front foot, making sure that they make any team that come here feel, you know what, we've got to roll our sleeves up. It's going to be tough. And can you react? Spurs just didn't react to that. Newcastle were first in every department today, and they were clinical, and they really put this Spurs team to the sword.
Yeah, Peter, it's Spurs' biggest defeat of the season. What went wrong?
Yeah, they were just second best all over the pitch. Individual errors, what Porro was doing for the second goal. Van der Ven had an absolute nightmare, and I think you're relying on your 2 centre-halves when you play with the full-backs inverted like they were, and they weren't at the races at all. They huffed and puffed. Second half, they had possession of the ball, but I don't think they created anywhere near enough, and Newcastle were better in every single department.
You can see what it means to the fans here, the stadium in full voice. They've had so many ups and downs this season, Newcastle, Rio, but looks like they're finishing strongly.
Yeah, they are, and this crowd will go do something to push them over the line as well. They've had to contend with injuries, yes, like most teams have to have that at any point in the season, but Champions League football, that European element, has really tested them as well, mentally and physically, but they are coming back. They've got a lot of young players he's being forced to introduce as well, who are holding their own too, but once these players get this crowd on side with performance from the start of a game, they're always going to be with a shout here at St James, because this place generates such an unbelievable, unique atmosphere. They get behind their team.
The players doing a full lap of the stadium, applauding the fans today. Peter, as a striker, how much did you enjoy watching Alexander Isak today?
Honestly, he's someone I just love watching play football. He's so calm when he gets in those positions. You know, obviously he cut Van der Ven up a few times today, and he seems to do the right decisions all the time. When he goes through one-on-one, you just think he's so calm in those positions. You always know he's going to score. He makes the right decisions. He's got great feet, and he leads the line. It's such a difficult thing to do as a centre forward, to lead the line on your own. But he's got good pace around him.
and Fabian Schär with the icing on the cake with the fourth goal today as well. Is it even more impressive and even more damaging for Spurs, Rio? When you look at that Newcastle back line today, it was such a makeshift back line.
Yeah, it was, but sometimes that's what happens. A team, they're galvanised by a manager going in and talking to them in a way that, listen, the season's not done, there's still loads to play for, and making them have some sort of belief. And I think I spoke to a couple of players when they were walking in, Newcastle players, and I felt a different energy. I felt, you know what, we know what we've got to do, and we've got to work hard. That's the first starting point.